Hello YouTube, this is Grand Admiral Sledge. We're going to have some fun today. We are going to do a detailed walkthrough of the Imperial Trooper Probe Droid Shard Challenge. This is for Dark Side Territory Battles Phase 3. First we're going to go through what I have as far as troopers and how I've got them modded. I do not have them modded the way I want, but I've got the best that was available to me because I refused to swap mods on everybody. But I've purposely left most of them at what I consider to be the lower end of what's going to be viable for all of these troopers. And I want to show you one by one what I've got for each one of them. And after we do that, we will go into the battle and just see how well they fare. I am pretty confident, this is my first time doing it with these troopers, pretty confident that we are going to make it all the way through and pull our shards, but I wanted to give everybody a baseline of what you should expect and what you really need to do for your troopers before you take them through this challenge initially. So first, let's take a look at General Veers. Now I have him and most of my troopers at gear 10. He is 7-star. I wasn't expecting really to get him to 7-star before this Dark Side Territory battles, but shards were lucky on my part. So as you can see, I have a speed set and I have a critical chance set on him. Always got the speed arrow. As you notice, I haven't taken all these to level 15. This isn't my ultimate set for him, so I'm not going to spend the money, especially because I've got overcompensation with Shore Trooper, as you'll see in a minute. But have speed primary on the arrow. On the triangle, I have defense. It's not what I'd wanted, but it's what I had. Best for him would be critical damage if you can get it. On the cross, I have protection. I'm really not a fan of putting potency on the cross, especially after having listened to Warrior discuss the differences in potency and tenacity. If you want to put potency on there, you can, but I don't think that it's a good trade-off for what you got. Circle, I also have protection. As you can see, speed is important for all these guys. I got 10 speed on this one. The diamond, I still have a little bit of speed on it. This is again not my most desirable set for General Veers or any of my troopers except for Shore Trooper. As you can see, I have all of his abilities maxed out except for his basic. I have abilities basically as tier 1, 2, and 3 for the troopers, and his basic is tier 3 for me as far as priorities go. Tier 1 is of course his leadership and most importantly, out of anything else, his unique. You have to have his unique zated, otherwise the team does not work the way you want it to, especially for this mission. On a tier 2 ability, I have his AoE. It's really good as far as the tier 2s go. You want to have that maxed out if you have the Omegas for it, but please don't do that before you go through any of the tier 1s. On to Shore Trooper. Now Shore Trooper is my ringer for this. He is on my arena team, so I have him armed to the teeth, gear 12. I have his special Omega, because that is the most important one. I do not have his unique Omega yet. It is important. It's on the tier 2s, but it's the last of my tier 2s as far as that priority list goes. And his basic is my tier 3s. It's not on my priority list. As you can see, I have him heavily protected here. We have a total effective health of 115,000 and a speed of 200 on him. Again, he's on my arena. You do not have to have him this fast. It certainly helps, but it is not necessary for Shore Trooper. Now for him, I have speed on the primary for the arrow. I always recommend speed primary for everything, but I also have protection for him for his triangle, his cross, and his circle, all 3 of those. And then I have my highest speed secondaries for any health mod that I can get for him, again because he's on my arena team. This is not necessary for you. Next up, we have Death Trooper. Now, Death Trooper, I am still, as you can see, working on as far as shards. I've still got another 36 to go, but 6-star, he should be very viable. I have all 3 of his attacks Omega'd. So that is his basic, his AoE, and Terminate. All three of those really do need to be omega'd for this. I consider all of them my tier 1s for him. I'm not even going to bother with getting him level 7 on his unique, since that's only if he's got Krennic, and I honestly haven't done anything with Krennic. He is also gear 10, just like Veers, and again every other trooper except for Shore. For him, again, I've got speed. I have got tenacity for him, just because I want him to be able to withstand any stuns that I've got, but I also have lots of protection on him. I believe that protection is going to be very critical for him, because again, I don't have him at 7 stars, and he tends to be on the squishy side regardless. But otherwise, we got speed across the board on him. For Snowtrooper, who is the superstar of this, I have both his special and his unique maxed out. The special is an absolute tier 1, and I would say his unique is the top of my tier 2 list as far as getting Omegas done. You really must have his special done to make this team work. It does not do what you want it to do without that. For him, I have, again, critical chance. The potency is only on there because those were the best speed mods that I had available for him at the time. I'll eventually replace those with more critical chance, or I may put a critical damage set on him at some point in the future. Otherwise, we have him modded as, basically we're looking for speed on him, but what you really want is critical chance, that he can keep on getting those crits and reducing his cooldowns for his special. Since you got a cooldown of 4, you need to have at least 3 crits in order to do the special every single time. And he's another one where he's the only other one I do not have yet at 7 stars. I still also have 36 shards to go for him. And lastly, we have Colonel Stark. He is not as fast as I want him to be yet, but you need to have him the fastest one on your team. I have got him plus 65 speed. I really need another 15 speed on him to make him the fastest one on the board for the special mission. So I may have some cleanup to do at the beginning. The rebels are going to go first in this case. For him, I have his unique taken to level 7. I'm not going to spend a Zeta on him at this point, but you do want, I've got his scan out wavelengths and Blizzard Barrage maxed out. They are, I would say, closer to the top of my tier 2s, and I also have his basic. That's going to be important for this one because you do have so many counters from the rebels. If we have to use basics, you want to have those as heavy damage as possible, and this one is the best one of the basics aside from Death Trooper, since it's going to double damage to anybody who has debuffs on them. As you can see, I have mix and match on him as far as potency, or as mods go. The only complete mod set I have is a health set. I really modded him only for speed. That was all I was looking for on Colonel Stark. So that is our team. Let's get to it. Okay, so as you can see, we have 4 elites on the board right now. We have Hoth Rebel Commander, we have Hoth Rebel Scout, Hoth Soldier, and another Hoth Scout. So let's get this commander out of here. What we want to do first is let's get critical chance and critical damage up on everybody. I've never done this before. Let's give a shot at the AoE and see how much damage Shore Trooper is going to take. Not too bad. Alright, let's try that again. Good, let's do some crit immunity. Alright, let's just stun somebody. Very good. Alright, let's do AoE again. Alright, we're doing really well here. Okay. I've only got these 2 to pick from. Let's do the one with the least amount of protection. And let's get rid of all of our buffs. AoE, AoE, AoE. Alright, and as you can see, Shore Trooper was taking a beating there, but as we killed everybody, he is starting to regain his protection. And by the time we are done with this one, he is going to be probably back to about halfway on his protection. Let's just do basics and get our cooldowns reset. As you can see, Shore Trooper is back up to 50% protection, and we are on a roll. So, first one that you want to kill in this round is Captain Han Solo. If you don't kill him first, he's going to heal the team, he's going to revive, you've got to get him out of the way. So, let's get him. Okay, good, we've got days on him. Let's just focus on getting him out of the way. Let's not worry about our AoEs, put our crit immunity up on everybody. Keep on going basics on him, and let's just go ahead and get him out of there. Alright, now that he is gone, let's work on Leia. Get our crit immunity up on everybody again. And I tell you what, since we've got this right now, let's get this out of the way and take care of Luke. Luke's gone, and now we just have a very weak Leia left to go. As you can see, I didn't even use my specials here, but let's go ahead and finish Leia off. And there you go. I did lose Death Trooper right at the end, probably because I didn't use the specials for the mission. I really wanted to give you as much of the troopers as possible, and I do have them geared a little bit more than obviously what you need for this. But as you can see, it's pretty easy getting through the mission, and that is going to be 2 Imperial Probe Droid shards, which are going to be fantastic for when we get to Phase 6, probably in a couple months, when everybody's got him at 7 stars. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this.